you're doing a sound check, you need plenty of time to check every instrument. We've got fucking 8 mics on the drums, so we need those to sound good. And then I knew we were running, the audio setup that I was running for my mics, that's different than a lot of people do it. So it was like I wanted it a specific way.
Well, it's a different room than your basement.
Yeah. And so I was like, I wanted time, right? And it just so happened that like they couldn't do that, so we had to do 4. And obviously the doors open at 7 p.m. And I was like, okay, well, I had to get my hair done at 5:45 was the appointment. And I told her, because that's the latest she could do. And I was like, hey, I might be closer to 6, but I was like, but I think that'll give me enough time to finish sound check. I'll go get my hair done, and then all I have to do when I come back is just hang out. Dude, we didn't even get done finish setting everything up until 5:45.
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, we're gonna do a sound check in like 5 minutes. Give me a couple minutes. And I was like, I gotta go, man. If I don't go now, like it's not gonna get done, and then I'm gonna wear a hat, and I'm not gonna be happy with it. And I was like, all right. So I left. You guys did sound check without me, and then I came back and got like 5 minutes, if that. Mm-hmm. We checked like the first 30 seconds of the first song, the third song. We did a little bit of boom, a little bit of radiate, and that was it.
Yeah. What time was that? What time do you finish your part of the sound check?
My sound check was I think we finished my sound check at like 7:03.
Yeah, like we
They
went 10,
held the
15
doors.
minutes.
They kept the doors locked. Yeah, they kept it. I
Understand.
walked past my mom was outside, and they're like, they kicked me out. They won't let me in. I'm like, all right, mom. Like, I got to go do sound check, so I apologize that I can't get you in right now. And, so then I literally I think I walked in the doors at 55. And then it took them like 2 minutes to like get my shit set up, and then I did it for 5 minutes, and then that was it. Yeah. So I was it sounded amazing, first off. And if you I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos or anything.
Really good.
Holy shit, man.
A lot of people
in your
came
ears?
out.
Or?
No,
No,
in
just
my
like this-
monitors.
Yeah, I feel like the sound afterward.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, even during, I just felt like that was the first time I could like very clearly hear everyone and myself.
The
and
808
Darren and the 808
and
like,
the bass drum. Like when Kale turned the bass drum on, and I just
like
I felt
videos.
it. It was like,
Stories.
holy fuck.
I didn't even have my in-ears in for like the last portion of the show. 'Cause
Yeah.
Really?
They fell out, and then I didn't have time to pop them back in.
Were you guys
And,
sweating at all?
Oh, dude,
Oh
I
yeah.
smelled like
Oh yeah.
shit after
But,
the show.
Yeah, I could hear I could still hear myself from the crowd sound.
Yeah,
I could hear
yeah.
My bass still.
Yeah, I was
So
wearing that
really nice.
vintage tee from Pimped. Does not breathe well at all.
Shout out, Pimp.
Shout out, Pam.
Shout out Pimp.
Yeah, yeah.
Vintage.
Yeah, vintage clothing.
Spring Grove.
Yeah,
lot,
not really
lot
made.
of good shit, but it
Check
does
it
not
out.
breathe well.
Yeah.
I felt like it was
So-
just like the second half. I just started to feel like, oh god, like tired. Maybe it
Yeah.
was the adrenaline like crash or something. But I was like, okay, we got like another half. We got to keep going.
Okay, before we get into the show,
Same for me.
because I want to hear your guys' like perspectives on everything. What was soundcheck like without? Because I wasn't there. I wasn't there to help. Like I feel like a lot of times that's one thing I thought of. I was like, well, they're gonna figure it out. They're in good hands. Kale knows what he's doing. I was like, they got this. They know they gotta fucking figure it. But I was just a little nervous that I wasn't there to be like, Ben, fucking stop hitting this fucking drum for a sec. Like, shut the fuck up for a second. Let them
It
do
was actually the opposite.
It was great.
It was stressful because I lost my wallet, and I was just like a little worried about it, and
Yeah.
I was like backstage.
Took your place.
I was backstage looking
did?
for it.
Yeah.
And Jake was like, Ben, where are you? Where are you? And I didn't realize we were getting
Because you
soundcheck
didn't
done.
have your ears in.
No,
and
I didn't
Kale
have
was
anything
like,
ready.
So you didn't have your
So-
ears, so you couldn't even hear them.
I couldn't
talking
even
to
hear
you.
them talking to me while I was backstage in the green room. No, so I was just trying to find my wallet, and
Someone-
we
who went
Mike found
first?
it. Shout out Mike. Mike found the wallet, and everything was fine. So yeah, but I caused a little stress there at the beginning of sound check because delayed about 3 to 5 minutes. So which was valuable time we could have probably used.
Yeah.
So.
So what was from your perspective? Soundcheck, how'd it go? I mean, I'm sure you guys figured
Did
it
you
out.
start? Were you the first sound check?
No, I was last.
No, it was me.
It was drum. Yeah, because he was literally.
It was
Kale was
me.
like, "Can I get
Oh,
kick?
okay.
Can I
Yeah.
get kick?" And he just kept saying, "Can I get kick?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
And
Ben.
then Ben literally just wanders out like he's just
Yeah.
he's just like, wow,
Yeah.
look at that up there. That's pretty cool.
'Cause I
He's like doing one
couldn't
of
hear
these.
Kale at all.
Not in any rush or
Yeah.
anything. And I'm like, what are you fucking doing? Right away, I'm like,
Well, dude, I thought my
start
wallet-
hitting the fucking kick. And then he doesn't have his ears in.
Yeah. So he
And
can't.
he's sitting there just hitting the kick with his foot, and the ears are right next to him. I gotta.
I was so stressed. I was
I'm
like
like-
fumbling the
I'm
in-ears.
like, bro, put your ears in. You're like, what do you want me to do? How am I supposed to put them in
That
right
is exactly
now?
how it was.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was
you
bad.
use the fucking hand. Hold it up
Yeah,
right
'cause
now.
you're just playing
Put
it with
your
your
fucking-
foot.
Yeah.
We had a bit of an argument.
Yeah, we had a
there.
little tussle
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
for a good minute.
Jesus
But
Christ.
yeah, it
dude.
turned out good. So.
Wow. The rest of sound check
But
went
yeah,
all
we,
right.
we practiced like a handful of songs for like 30 seconds a song, I'd say, just like the important parts, and it turned out to be perfect in my
Yeah.
opinion. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it
worked out
sounded
good,
great.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a little different. I wonder how bigger bands do that. Like, is every band member up there at the same time?
Sometimes, when I worked, I won't say the name of
Dang. Do we get a bleep?
No, it's all right.
Yeah,
I
it's
worked
too
at
late.
I worked at the rave for a while. I worked at the rave for a while, and when bigger bands would do it, their techs would do it. The techs would do sound check. They would get it all the levels set, and then the band would come out and just do like 2 songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've
they would
only ever
just-
seen it done at Summerfest,
Yeah,
and it's like I always see them setting up the drum set first,
yeah,
and then they do everybody just a quick check. So
yeah. That's literally what it. So when
I
at the
don't really
bigger
know.
shows, it would just be like, I mean, sometimes the openers would do a sound check too, but usually they wouldn't even. Sometimes they wouldn't even get one. It would just be like, if the levels are right for these guys, you're using the same shit as them. That's what you get. But yeah, bigger artists would be like their tech, like the drum tech would do it, the guitar tech would do it, and it would be kind of cool to see those guys like go crazy for a minute because they were like excited that that's like their show is they get to do the sound check. And so they would do the sound check, and then the band would come out to literally just do like a song or two, like max, and then they would be it.
Nice.
So
I could see that. I could see that being more pleasurable.
Yeah.
Honestly, after just touring for years,
yeah,
You
after
know?
you do that 100 times, yeah,
like we didn't have. I felt like we had barely any time to just chill in the green room.
no,
yeah.
we did.
To be fair, like with our load-in time, with our original load-in time, I think we would have had like more,
Oh,
or at least
yeah.
like
Way
an
more time.
hour.
Probably-
or two
probably
to
2
just
hours
chill.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice and live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have time to fucking eat the Jimmy John's, dude.
Yeah, I just found a sandwich in my car, so
Had to
I found
Fucking-
a sandwich in my car too. yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
Oh,
I had
Holy
to
shit.
settle for a freaking veggie sandwich.
Hey, thanks for watching there, guy. Click right over here if you want to see that episode in its entirety. Or you can click over here and subscribe to the channel. See all the other fun shit we do here. It's really up to you, guy.